But now we're going to go into the consolation final, which means that there's going to be 4 people playing to see who gets into the grand final. It is going to be JakeRay, Woop, Nikolech, and Soli, and I can honestly not say to you guys who's going to make it. I can honestly not say who's going to make it here. But I think we're just going to jump straight into it, boys. I don't have the script. No, shh, of course I have the script. You can't say to people I have the script. If you tell people I have the script, people are going to get mad. Also, please, to all the players that are playing, do not spam your horns. Okay. One person is at least ready. I think we're going to jump into the match here in a couple of minutes' time. What does the script say, Radiance? I don't know. Dunste, he was on first seed, so it is hard to bet against the first seed. Horn spam. Nah, yeah, wait, we're not gonna spam the horns. Alright, so they're live after this warm-up, okay? Once again, I will show you guys this. This is the trophy that they're playing for. This is the consolation final, which means that the 2 players that win this consolation final will go into the grand finals and will be fighting for this trophy. Can I put it here? Is it actually visible if I put it here? Look at that. And that's my water bottle. Put the water bottle away. So that's the trophy, guys. That is the trophy. I think it's gonna be it's a very, very, very cool trophy. Super detailed as well. Oh, we got 3 times 50 DKK in the prize pool. You love to see it from the Danish people. But this is the first round of the consolation finals. Can we put that in the title? Please. Please and thank you, mods. Mods. Ding dong. Okay, so we got Clubhead as the first map, and Woop is actually in the lead here. Soli and JakeRay fighting for that 2nd and 3rd place. And Nikolech just made a mistake. He's nowhere to be seen. Oh, Soli with a huge attack in the ending. Look at that. Overtaking the rest of the field, jumping up to 1st place. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so Soli with a very promising start compared to his last match here. Oh, you already changed the title, Anderson? That's amazing. You are so smart. Yeah, Soli is definitely in for revenge here. Oh, but he makes a mistake. He makes a mistake. And that's actually going to put him from 1st to last. It is a tale that's been told 1,000 times. Going from 1st to last. It happens to all of us, especially in Cup of the Day. But that's going to give Nikolech an opportunity to come back from that last position he had before. Woop, once again, in 1st. Seems to have a really good hold on this map, honestly. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and get that 1st place as well. Secure it. Nikolech on 2nd. JakeRay on 3rd. And then we're going to see Soli here on 4th. And Woop with a 47.3. Still a really good time, yeah. The 2nd fastest time driven on the server. Okay, we continue here. One more round on Clubhead for the Danish Championship 2023. Nikolech is fighting here against JakeRay and Soli. JakeRay on a pretty solid first place here. He's driving 0.3 ahead of anybody else. Soli on second. He's going to be happy about that. He's going to try to push it. And Nikolech with a huge mistake. We did not see this many mistakes this early from Nikolech last time we saw him play. There's already 2 mistakes in 3 rounds from Nikolech. Oh, Soli fighting for the inside line, trying to overtake JakeRay in the ending. Is he going to be able to do it? It's going to be super close. Oh, he does get that first place and does not get scammed out of the points. Soli with a -2, JakeRay on second, Woop on third, and then Nikolech on fourth. Now, if you are... Oh, we have a mistake at the start. Oh, don't say... No, it was Woop. Woop clipped the very first turn. Woop clipped the very first turn. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it. Luckily, he's not too far behind. Like, it is still, he can still come back. He's 0.2 behind that third place, so he might be able to attack Soli, but there is no room for anything else than perfect driving from Woop right now if he wants to make up some of that time loss that he just got from the start. What a just unfortunate start. Nikolech, another mistake. There's just no way we see this many mistakes from Nikolech right now. He did so well in the lower bracket finals, but oh, JakeRay completely missing the finish, pushing everybody else up 1 position. That's gonna be Soli on first, once again Nikolech on second, Woop on third, JakeRay on fourth. Unfortunate ending there by JakeRay, trying to push the ending just a little bit too hard, and I think that's what made him miss that that finish. Hello, Salty. Absolutely beautiful match. You love to see it. You love to see it. So we got Persistence. This is a map, by the way, by Keisler. If you guys know Keisler, he is also a mapper for Trackmania Grand League. A very good mapper, and he's Danish. So he also made a map here for the Danish Championships. Once again, for the people that are tuning in, it is the consolation finals. The people that win this will be driving in, or, well, I guess driving in, will be jumping in to the grand finals, which will be played right after this as well. So don't go anywhere. If you're here, stay here. Call your dad and your mom, tell them to make a Twitch account, join the chat so I can get 2 more viewers. And if everybody in chat does that, I mean, then we'll have like 3 times more viewers than we have now. So I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, I told my parents to make Twitch accounts to watch me. I feel like you guys could do that too. Anyways, let's be jumping into this Persistence. It is the first round, and Nikolech is trying his best to make up for the mistakes he had here on the last map. So he is on first, fighting with JakeRay. Solid lead though, full car length ahead of JakeRay. Going wide, trying to get the speed into this section here, but JakeRay is up there fighting for him. JakeRay not going wide at all, and that momentum is going to cost him some time. Soli now in the lead. JakeRay with a huge mistake. Soli on first, Nikolech on second. Soli is playing so well here on the consolation final. Where was this during the upper bracket finals? Is he going to be able to drag it all the way home here? Nikolech trying to push here, but not quite enough, and Soli once again with a first place. Soli is doing really well right now. He is doing really well. Now, currently, actually, JakeRay is on on the lower side of the points. But Soli is the only one still with 100 points left. He has 102. Nikolech, Woop, and JakeRay are all in the 80s at the moment. So Soli actually doing a breakaway here in the points. Let's see if he can maintain that lead. He currently is still in the lead. I remember in the upper bracket finals, he was also really good on this map, but he had a few mistakes that unfortunately cost him a lot of points. But he is not gonna show any weakness here in the consolation finals. JakeRay right behind him. Woop here on third. Not quite sure where Nikolech is. He might have made a small mistake. Nikolech wants to push in ahead of Woop. He cannot afford to lose 10 points once again. Oh, but he lost so much speed there in the drift. Soli must have clipped something, and he falls all the way down to fourth, actually getting overtaken by Nikolech. But is he going to be able to overtake anybody here in the ending? It does look like we had Woop with a slight mistake for the ending as well. So Woop is going to jump down to fourth. JakeRay taking that first. Super important two minus points there from JakeRay, because he was in the bottom in terms of points. But now he is no longer, and Woop is going to jump down to that bottom position. But if we take a look at the points here, we do have two people on 81 and Woop on 77. So the bottom three players are very close to each other. And then we have Soli here on 97 points with a comfortable lead. Okay, the players are driving pretty close to each other, nice and well. Not a problem. Nikolech once again fighting for that bottom position against Woop, going a little bit tighter than Woop did. So Woop is going to have more momentum going out of that wide dirt turn. Oh, multiple mistakes coming in here from the Danish players. 3 out of 4 people making mistakes, and that's gonna leave Nikolech up in first. What an absolute donation. And oh no, Woop missed the finish as well. He was on second place though. Nikolech with a barrel roll into the finish. I mean, what can you say here, really? What can you say? Okay, we got one more round here on persistence. All the players are neck and neck this round, though. This looks like a really, really nice round here. JakeRay trying to make a breakaway. SolivaganTz up there with him. Woop going wider than the other players. Is he trying to set up better for this dirt section? Doesn't seem to work out for him. He goes wide here. Nikolech goes super tight. That's going to put him far down. You can just see the giant difference there is between going wide and going tight there on that dirt section. Woop trying to push up closer to JakeRay. Soli in the lead. JakeRay pushing up to first. Is he going to be able to make it? He is right behind. He now overtakes with a nice inside line. And I think Soli went way too wide. Even Nikolech might be able to overtake. Not quite. JakeRay does make the jump. And JakeRay jumps up to that first place. Super well played there. Nice risky ending from JakeRay. Soli is going to have to maintain, or Soli's going to have to accept that second place, but he's still more than happy. He is far ahead of the rest of the field. JakeRay now tied up. He is tied up with Nikolech. Caster's voice is having a tough time talking. I wonder if that is due to him getting sick or if it's due to him yelling more than he usually is. It is these questions. So we got Bestefar Oyai, which is one of my favorite maps here. Soli, not really showcasing the perfect way to play the map, but definitely a great map. Super fun to play through as well. If you got the time, guys, I would recommend you guys play through it. Thank you, Numberplay, for the partner celebration hat. in chat. So we got first of 4 rounds being played right now. Good luck to the players here. And then after this, by the way, once again, if you guys are just tuning in, after this, it is the grand finals being played by the top 2 players here and the 2 contenders that already have put themselves in the grand finals. Also, if you are just tuning in, it is a reverse cup mode, which means that the players are losing points every single round. And if you go down to 0 points, you're in the elimination spot. And if you lose there, that means you're out of the tournament. Oh, Solly quite far behind, but Woop clips, and that's going to allow Solly to overtake. It's now JakeRay and Nikolech in the lead, but Solly is trying to push it here with a super wide, very, very beautiful dirt section. That's going to give him enough momentum to jump up to 2nd place, and I think he's going to maintain that 2nd place. JakeRay takes 1st, Nikolech gets 3rd, and then Woop there on 4th. Okay, we go in once again. Woop, Solly, Nikolech, and JakeRay. All of them have been playing really, really well so far. But only 2 of them can make it into the grand finals. Solly in the lead this time. Oh, straight into a flag. Straight into a flag. Nikolech in the lead. Woop fighting with JakeRay. Sorry, Nikolech is not in the lead. He's actually on 3rd. I'm blind. I thought he was in the lead because he was all alone. But obviously I'm blind because you can see the splits in the bottom right section of the screen. Let's take a look in the front here. JakeRay is fighting with Woop. Woop right behind, getting a more wide approach in the dirt section. Not quite enough to overtake, and JakeRay will take another win here on Best of AI. You will hate to see people driving straight into those poles, but I mean, it happens. It happens. Okay. We're starting to see people getting a little bit closer to the elimination section here. Woop with 42 points versus Solly with 72. So they're starting to be a little bit of a gap. I wonder if that gap is going to close. It's going to close if Solly makes more mistakes like he did before. Jumping into this flag is not something you want to do. JakeRay in the lead, but all the players are driving quite close to each other this time. Solly trying to push it, but gets huge airtime and has to respawn. And that's going to be another -10 for SolivaganTz. And I mean, I am sorry, but that is not what you want to see from him. Hopefully he does not go into this not tilted mode. I don't know if he was tilted before, but just unfortunate series of -10s, 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 because he built up such a great lead in the start of this consolation final, and we don't want to see him lose the lead just like that from a couple of mistakes. All right. Let us see. Where is he now? Solly at 60 points. Solly no longer has the lead. JakeRay, who was, by the way, Woop with a mistake in the very start. The first right-handed turn. We could see it through the leaderboard positions here. Just touching the corner. And, I mean, there's not a lot to do about that. That's going to put him far back. Nikolech also with a pretty big mistake. I mean, he did save it because he would have touched the flagpoles if he didn't adjust there. So at least he didn't do that, but still quite a big mistake there from Nikolech. And another one that might actually mean that Woop can get back up there. And now it's SolivaganTz versus JakeRay for the top 2 positions. Ooh, both of them almost touching the outside with the back left wheel. but they both seem to make it. JakeRay once again getting that first place here on Bestify. He is super good, really a force to be reckoned with on this map. Okay, that means that JakeRay still keeps his first place. Solly is actually getting closer and closer to Woop and Nikolech. Like they're getting closer and closer to each other here. And JakeRay is trying to extend his lead. He is trying to extend his lead, but now we're gonna go into Dunste, also known as Danishness. For the non-Danish speakers. Solly, actually, if I remember correctly, Solly had a really good starting line here, where if he gets it and doesn't do what he just did, we're gonna see him be in the lead, hopefully, in the first couple of seconds of the map, and then he just has to clutch it out for the rest of the map, which is so much easier said than done. We did see him make quite a lot of mistakes last time, so we'll have to see if he can get back up into it. It's just the map name? No. Bestify was the previous map name. It means Granddad and me. And this map is called Dunste, which means Danishness. It's just because the maps have Danish names. So, Solly, as I said, has a great start. He's going to be about a car length ahead, but then already right there, he lost that lead that he built up. But that means that all of the cars are going to be neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder, and that's always how you want to see them drive. That drift is so spooky. Getting right in between those pillars can be so difficult, and Solly right now is losing time against his opponents. Is he going to be able to push it here in the latter half of the map? Woop, JakeRay, and Nikolech are all just pushing it here. It's going to be Nikolech and JakeRay fighting for the first, but JakeRay once again jumping in on that first place. I mean, I think JakeRay must have used that winner bracket final as a warm-up to win this consolation final and then get back up into the grand finals. We'll have to see if he can, let's take a look at JakeRay. Let's see if he can do this again. He did have a little bit of a slower start, but it might equalize already up here. He's getting closer, as you can see. JakeRay is also really good at dirt. Oh, did the transition quite aggressively, so he loses a little bit of time there. Oh, we have a mistake from, who was that? That had to be Woop driving into one of the poles. JakeRay still pushing it. Solly losing speed. JakeRay zooming up next to the others. He is now up on first place. He's overtaken all the way back from point 2 deficit. He clipped but didn't lose speed. And oh my God. I mean, he was able to adjust to the clip and still get first. Did you guys see he barely clipped the corner of the plastic and still made it. And we got one more round here on Dunste. I think we got 2 more rounds actually. I might be bad at counting. Once again, if you guys are just tuning in, it is the Danish National Championship 2023. It is the consolation final, and then we're going to jump straight into the grand final right after. The players here are fighting to get into the grand final. The top 2 players will be joining 2 other players in the grand final. And that's going to be Radiance and Dunste already in the grand finals. Here we have Solly and JakeRay trying to push themselves to maintain the top 2 positions here in the Constellation final. JakeRay trying to push in for first, but pushed a little bit too hard. Had to go for the full respawn. This allows Solid to get a free victory and Woop to jump up to 2nd place, which was super important for Woop. Only losing those 5 points, making it just that much more easy to not get into the elimination position next round. So you guys are going to see here, Woop is going to jump down to 6 points, which means that the only way he's not going to be in the elimination position is by either getting 1st or 2nd place. I just minimized my game. That was my bad. So let's take a look at Woop. 1st or 2nd for Woop, and he still has some rounds to go. Okay. Woop does seem to be... Oh no! Oh, this might spell doom for Woop. Luckily, this is the last round here on this map, so if Woop isn't necessarily the most fond of this, he still can take it home on the next map coming up. But I think that's going to mean that Woop is going to be getting into the elimination position. That means, for those who don't know, that he only has 1 more life left. If he loses another round, he will be eliminated from the tournament. Nikolech on a solid first, JakeRay and Soli following right after. Woop spelled rotated 180 degrees is doom. I guess it is. If you turn around, yeah. Also, thank you, Oxidon, for the congratulations on the partner. I was about to say partner plus thing, but no, the partner anniversary. Thank you. Okay, so it is going to be Ederisk, which means ethereal, as what the map name is. And currently here, JakeRay has the fastest time on the server, not in the world, with a 50.047, actually driven in the upper bracket finals. So, and JakeRay already is in the lead, so looking really good for him. Soli is going to try to see if he can keep his lead against Nikolech, but we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to do that. He's not in the clear just yet. And of course, Woop has to not get last in any of the rounds, otherwise he is eliminated. So let's take a look at Woop. Doesn't look good that he's already behind the rest of the field. He has to push, and he has to push pretty hard to get back up into it. Oh, that was super tight to the corner. Very nice inside line there on the grass. And that pushes him up here to 2nd place. Pretty decent outside line there on the dirt. Risky over the corner on the plastic section and over the corner again. That's gonna clip him, but he is lucky that JakeRay has also made a mistake. He actually made another mistake. It almost looks like he PayPal'd Woop in, and Woop will live to fight another day. And that's going to be minus 10 points for JakeRay, which is not great because he has a pretty massive lead, and he wants to try to see if he can keep it. Yeah, finalist seems a bit mean. It should be eliminationist or something. Okay. We once again have Woop in a position where he has to make sure he doesn't get last. If he gets last, he gets eliminated. Now, Nikolech is fortunately a couple of car lengths behind, about 0.2 away from Woop. So there is a little bit of wiggle room to work with, but that wiggle room can disappear super fast. Like super fast. Oh, you can see he's getting closer. That was a better line. So he's getting closer just a little bit. But is it going to be enough? No. Woop will once again live to fight another day, and Nikolech is going to lose those 10 points, which is getting scary for him because he's now down to 7 points. I just dropped my phone onto the floor. Absolutely beautifully done by Caster. Love to see it. I'm just going to grab it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, phone. You don't deserve to be treated like that. And we have Woop. Okay, sorry. I just needed to see if I broke it. I did not break it. I did indeed not break my phone. But Woop is on 4th. I'm just going to keep an eye out on Woop to make sure that he is not getting eliminated. We need to know what is happening here. He goes over the corner once again. Super risky. Is he going to go over this corner again to keep it as risky as possible? He wants to overtake Nikolech. If he overtakes Nikolech here, Nikolech is also going to be in finalist mode. And Woop could be taking the 3rd place instead of the 4th. And it looks like he's going to be able to do that. Now we have 2 finalist positions, or 2 eliminationist positions. Both Nikolech and Woop are gonna be in the red. And now also Solly is getting dangerously close. Solly is definitely not in the safe yet. Okay, so we have both Woop and Nikolech in the red. Both Woop and Nikolech in the red. Oh, Nikolech getting a lot of speed out of that one. What a beautiful setup there for the outside line. That's going to put him up on 1st. But Woop is up there with them. They're both driving this map super fast. They know they have nothing else but full sending that they can do here. They cannot afford to not send it. All the players are neck and neck. Who's going to get the final? Oh, no. It's going to be Woop getting eliminated. But what an amazing ending. All 4 players within 0.03 of a second. 300 separating 3 different players. But, unfortunate from Woop there. My God, what a tight race. Good race from all the players. Good race from all the players. Now we have a club hat, or dummy as it's also called. Yeah, F for Woop, unfortunately, but really well played. He got really far into the tournament. And I mean, going out in the Constellation Final, definitely not a bad way to go. So I'm sure we're going to see Woop again in the next Danish Championship. But we're gonna have to see who gets into the finals. Once again, if you guys don't know, these people are playing for who gets into the grand finals right now. The top 2 players of this match get into the grand finals. Looks like JakeRay has put himself in a really good position. Solly still with 9 points left, and Nikolech is in that red zone, which means that if he loses now, he will be eliminated from the tournament. So let's take a look from his POV. If he's able to push Solly down into last place here, Solly will also be in the red, and that means that Solly might indeed also have a chance to get eliminated. But it looks like we have 2 mistakes. Solly and JakeRay, both with the mistakes. Now, JakeRay also cannot afford to just, you know, blow his points away. It's not like he has infinite points. I think JakeRay has about like 32. So, I mean, he can afford to blow more points than the others, but it is not without risk. And Nikolech is going to take that 1st place. Solly is going to take that 2nd, which leaves 1 more round for Solly to not be in the red finalist mode. It does look like Nikolech drove really well on this map. Now, I remember this was the first map, I think, that we played in the consolation final, and Nikolech made quite a lot of mistakes, but he cannot afford to make a single one of those mistakes anymore on this map right now, because he will be eliminated. Now let's take a look at Solly here. Is he going to be able to maintain a... It doesn't matter which placement Solly is, by the way, in terms of whether or not he becomes the finalist as well, or whether or not he becomes like in the red zone, because he only needs to lose 2 points, and no matter what, you're going to lose 5 here. So, I mean, Solly is gonna get in there no matter what. All he's trying to do is stay ahead of both Nikolech and JakeRay. Honestly, just trying to push JakeRay's points down, if anything. But he needs to maintain a lead over at least Nikolech. He's trying to make sure that he gets eliminated, but it does look like Nikolech is now gonna jump in to the finish once again on first place, and JakeRay is gonna be once again on last place. Is this gonna turn upside down here in the very, very end? We have 2 finalists. If Solly or Nikolech end up in last place, they're gonna be eliminated from the tournament, and the 2 other players will proceed into the grand finals. But could JakeRay also get pushed all the way down to a finalist position? Is that gonna happen? I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Solly with a little bit of a rusty start there. Oh, but Nikolech touching the corner. Huge mistake from Nikolech. Oh, that is so sad. After fighting himself all the way back up there and making Solly a finalist, he makes a massive mistake. And now all that stands between Solly and JakeRay and the grand finals is just driving into the finish. Just a couple of turns here. They can honestly save it. They got 5 seconds to work with here. And then 1 more drift on the grass. Jump in, and we have our grand finals, which actually, now that we look at it, our grand finals is gonna be a replay of or a rematch of the upper bracket finals. But GG to all the players, absolutely beautifully played. Don't go anywhere, because the grand finals are going to start right here in like 5 minutes. So let's just stick around. Let's see what is going to be happening here. The grand finals. Let me show you guys who's going to be playing them, so you can follow along. The grand finals is going to be played by Dunste, Radiance, JakeRay, and SolivaganTz, or SolivaganTz in Danish, right? Okay, and these are the current prize pool. The prize pool is actually increased by 400 since I looked last, so good job on the Danish people for crowdfunding the prize pool. It's now at 2,000 bananas, and 700 goes to first, 500 goes to second, 300 goes to third, and 200 goes to fourth. So we're gonna have to see which of these players are going to make it. Dunste, he was in seed 1. He was in seed 1. Nikolech was in second seed, unfortunately getting eliminated. But Dunste, Solly, JakeRay, and Radiance. Radiance did kind of scuff his seeding. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting final here. Very, very interesting final. Now, if you guys didn't know, one of the things that is very interesting about Dunste is that he has world record on all the maps. He won the qualifier, and he's won all of his games. So if you guys want a favorite to cheer for, it's going to be Dunste. He's absolutely a menace. He's also the only Danish person to ever play in the actual Trackmania Grand League. So yeah, Dunste, a very, very, very well-known Danish name. And then we, of course, also have JakeRay, which is the defending champion. And he's practiced offline, so he might have some of the world records offline, but right now, Dunste does have all of the world records. But JakeRay, definitely also a great favorite. You also saw just how great he was in the consolation final. So going into the grand final, I think he's going to feel very, very safe and very ready for the match in general. Radiance is also a very, very known name in the Trackmania community. In the Danish Trackmania community, you might have seen him in a lot of chats as well. Very, very fast player, much faster than me. he might. It says I have I have a paper sheet here on the right-hand side of my screen. But yeah, Radiant's absolutely a great player. And then Soli, of course. Soli is currently the second highest rated. Soli is currently the second highest rated ranked player in all of Trackmania. He has 5,000 points in ranked. 5,000 points in ranked. So we know that Soli is an absolute king in matchmaking. He's so good at the campaign maps. He's also ranked super high in the campaign in general. But will that translate into the grand finals? That is the question.